We're getting a boat to Battambang this morning. It's from a dock just a few miles south of Siem Reap. Looks like they're preparing for some kind of party. These things do happen early in the morning here. I expect it'll be in full swing by 8 or 9 o'clock. It'll be all over by lunchtime. Just starting to get light now. We set off a little bit before 6 o'clock this morning. Here we are at the dock. The Siem Reap river that will take us down to the Tonle Sap lake. Quite lucky we can catch this boat actually. The water levels drop in the dry season really quickly. And boats stop running in February at some point. This is our boat here. It's tiny. And we're off. Delayed a little bit because I think the driver overslept. He had to be woken up from a nearby boat. Just approaching the Tonle Sap lake now. This is the really big lake right in the centre of Cambodia. You actually just scoot across the northern part of it and then go up the Sangker river. The journey should take about 7 hours in total. Just heading up the Sangker river now. You can see this big floating village here. Apparently a lot of the people who live here are Vietnamese, people who fled after the war and then returned but weren't allowed back into the country, or at least were considered migrants and became stateless because they couldn't buy land in Vietnam. A lot of them ended up living here in the floating villages here. Many people about. It's nice, very bustly atmosphere, and everyone's very friendly, sort of smiling and waving going on. There's all sorts of things here, shops and schools. Seems like a real community, fairly self-contained really. Using these big cranes for fishing, so they can pull all 4 corners of the net out of the water at the same time. As we've been pottering up here, we've had the odd extra passenger join the boat, and also quite a few people just putting luggage on to be delivered somewhere or another further upstream. There's a big bird sanctuary near here, which apparently is home to quite a few rare water birds. And we're really enjoying seeing lots of birds around. As always, they're very hard to get on camera up close enough. The river's getting quite shallow though now. We keep scraping along the bottom, and we've still got quite a way to go. See, even the fishing traps are standing proud of the waterline. Some of the houses, like this one on the right, are floating houses. They're just on land at the moment. See the floating devices underneath them. Bit of a problem. The river is just too shallow to carry on, so we're all going to pile into this truck, apparently. So we really didn't think that all 16 or so of us were going to fit in that Jeep with all our luggage and 2 bikes. And it's actually only 20 miles to Battambang, so we're just going to cycle. And on the plus side, we do get a bit more cycling in. We get to see a bit more of the Cambodian countryside. Can't imagine that Jeep ride is going to be very comfortable anyway. This track is extremely bumpy. Well, there you go. It's a mix of tourists and locals. Jack gave us a couple of bottles of water before we set off, which was very nice of him. It sure is hot. 36 degrees in the shade today, and as you can see, there is no shade.
Oh no! You all want to get on the bike? We'll give you a lift.
Lots of veg crops in these fields. Chilies, sweet potatoes, things like that. All irrigated with water pumped out of the river. There they go again. In all honesty, that boat ride would have taken us at least another 3 hours if there weren't too many problems. And it was getting really hot on the boat as well. And obviously cycling's very hot too, but at least we'll get there a bit quicker. Starting to get into a bit more of a built-up area, which is quite good actually. We've just passed a shop and bought some more cold drinks. Not hanging about though, I think we need to get out of this heat as soon as we can. We're back on paved roads, which is good actually because we can go a bit faster and it's much less dusty. As you can tell, I'm a bit worried about sunstroke today. We're getting into the outskirts of Battambang now. Oh, we've not heard the call to press since we've been here. This river runs right through the centre of Battambang. Still the Sangker river that we took all the way from the mouth of the Tonle Sap. I should say actually that we decided to take the boat for two reasons really. One was obviously it was really an interesting journey. Saw a lot, but the second reason is that it's actually a really long way around and fairly main roads. It would have just taken us too many days. We don't have that long on our visa. Our hotel's just up here somewhere. We've booked the classy hotel. Hopefully it will be classy too. Looks pretty nice. And here we are. Made it without getting heat stroke. Well, I'm very much looking forward to a cold shower.
Cheers.
Cheers!